The morning light spilled softly through the kitchen window, catching the steam rising from Bill's black coffee. He was 67 now, retired for almost 3 years, sitting in the same old wooden chair he'd bought back when gas was still under $1. On his laptop screen glowed a quiet victory. Dividend income, $1,034 this month. He smiled. It wasn't the number that moved him, it was what it meant. Money still working, even when he wasn't. When Bill first retired, peace was the last thing he felt. For decades, he'd worked as an electrical engineer, earning a steady paycheck, watching his 401k rise and fall but never paying much attention. Then one day, the paycheck stopped, and he was staring at a lump of savings that suddenly felt fragile. What if the market crashes? He asked his wife, Linda, one night. What if we live longer than the money? She only said, then maybe it's time you learn how to make the money work for you. It was his friend, Mike at the retirement club, who first mentioned dividend investing greater than, you don't have to beat the market, Bill, Mike had said. You just need a paycheck that doesn't come from your boss anymore. Bill liked that thought. He started reading, learning what dividends really were: tiny pieces of profit companies share with their shareholders. He discovered reliable names like Johnson & Johnson, PepsiCo, and ETFs like SCHD and VYM, companies with decades of uninterrupted dividend growth. He began slowly. His first dividend payment was only $42, not even enough for dinner out. But it came again the next month, and the next. By the end of the year, his portfolio was producing almost $800 a month steady, predictable and strangely comforting. That steady flow changed the rhythm of his days. He no longer checked stock prices daily. Instead, he tracked income, writing in his small blue notebook. April, $1,012. May, $1,034. One morning, Linda teased him. You look at those numbers more than you look at me. He grinned. Those numbers are how I buy you flowers. The house filled with quiet laughter. And for the first time since retirement, the future didn't feel like a countdown. It felt open. Today, more than 50% of American retirees hold dividend-paying investments in their portfolios. According to Fidelity's 2024 report, dividend-focused ETFs yield an average of 4 to 5% per year, meaning a $300,000 portfolio can produce about $1,000 per month, enough to cover key expenses without touching the principal. Bill never became a stock expert, but he became fluent in something more valuable: peace of mind. His mornings were simpler now: coffee, laptop, a glance at his dividend tracker, and a walk with Linda before the Florida sun turned sharp. Sometimes neighbors asked, "So what's your secret?" He'd chuckle. I stopped chasing gains and started collecting peace. Now every new dividend feels like a quiet affirmation that he didn't need to gamble or predict the market. He just needed a plan that paid him back for patience. As he sat on the porch that evening, the sky washed in gold and pink, Bill felt something he hadn't felt in years: ease. The dividends would arrive again next month, like clockwork. A small, steady heartbeat of freedom. And that, he thought, was the real paycheck of retirement.